கருப்பனே வந்துட்டு அந்த ரூம்குள்ளே வந்துட்டாரு, அவர் தான் ஒத்துக்க வச்சாரு அந்த படத்துக்கு அப்படின்னு ஆர்ஜி பாலாஜி சார் சொல்லியிருப்பாரு. ஸோ நீங்கள் சொல்லுங்கள், ஹவ் வாஸ் யோர் நரேஷன் விஸ்வநாதன் சன்ஸ்க்கு எப்படி நீங்கள் ஓகே பண்ணீங்க சூர்யா சார்?
After the narration, I think the narration took about an hour and a half or something, and I left and he texted me, let's do it. So yeah, this film for the first time, I think it's a wholesome film where you might like a Singham Suriya sir, you might like a Varnamayaram Suriya sir or a Gajni Suriya sir. Every audience will love this film because we're dealing with human emotions.
ரொம்ப ஒட்டாத அப்புறம் கஷ்டமா இருக்கும்.
She's doing exponentially great again, Mamita Baiju. இன்னைக்கு ஜனநாயகன்லயும் ரிலீஸ்ல she has acted. She's again a part of your film also. Is it by choice you asked for her and casted her, or again was it a directorial, produceral?
Mamita always comes with that cute face, a genuine cuteness, not that Instagram pout.
நிமிடா 20 வயசு சின்னவா.
எனக்கு ப்ராப்ளம் இல்லை.
எனக்கு ப்ராப்ளம்.
எனக்கு ஞாபகம் இருந்து வந்து ஜில்னு ஒரு காதலுக்கு அப்புறம் அவர் வந்துட்டு ஜோதிகா மேமை வந்து கல்யாணம் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறமா இந்த கல்யாணம் மாதிரி பாட்டுக்கள், இந்த கல்யாணம் தொடர்பான பாட்டுக்கள் அதெல்லாம் பெருசாக பண்ணி நாங்கள் பார்த்ததில்ல. ஸோ ஹவு டிட் யூ கன்வின்ஸ் him for this?
I told him, I requested him, I begged him, I chased him. I didn't leave him. It was like literally he was like he had no other option but I said okay fine.
Max Gold, cash for gold. Call 044-4545-4545.
Holidays nale adu namma GT Holidays da. GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Full moon sale காலை 9 மணியிலிருந்து இரவு 12 மணி வரை ஜூலை 29 ஒரு நாள் மட்டும்.
ஹாய் ஹலோ கலாட்டா தமிழ் வியூவர்ஸ். ஸோ இன்னைக்கு வந்துட்டு ஒன் ஆஃப் த ஃபைனஸ்ட் கிரியேட்டர்ஸ் ஆஃப் நியூ ஏஜ் சினிமா அவங்கள தான் நம்ம பார்க்க போகிறோம். வேறு யாரும் இல்லை, இப்போ ரீசெண்டாக ரிலீஸ் ஆக போகிற நம்ம விஸ்வநாதன் அண்ட் சன்ஸ் மூவியோட டைரக்டர் வெங்கி அவர்கள் தான். வணக்கம்.
வணக்கம்.
ஹவ் யூ சார்?
I'm fine, thank you.
ஸோ தமிழில் வந்துட்டு 2வது படம் ஃபுல்லாக தமிழ்லேயே.
ஆமாம்,
கரெக்டாக. ஸோ ஹவு இஸ் தட் ஃபீல்? தமிழ்நாடோட புது டைரக்டராகவே நீங்கள் ஆகிட்டீங்க. ஹவு இஸ் தட் ஃபிலிம் ஃபீல்? இந்த ரிலீஸோட அந்த ப்ரெஷர் தமிழ்நாட்டில் அதை எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் பண்ணுறது எப்படி இருக்கு? ஐ நோ யூர் ஃப்ரம் தெலுங்கு அண்ட் Telugu industry. How is it?
I always feel welcomed, starting from Vati. I never felt I came from some other city. They've always welcomed me, and that sense of welcoming, sense of acceptance. Ade Lucky Bhaskar time nunchi I think it just doubled.
They were overwhelmingly accepting.
Yeah, that was a little overwhelming. I understand when Vati was done in 2 languages, like it had a Tamil version as well. So receiving Vati with Dhanush sir as a lead, I understand. But when Lucky Bhaskar was released with a like minimum screens, and I still remember a poster when the first week and the second weekend, I think the screens were increased by like 400 or 500. I still remember those numbers, how many screens were increased every day. So that means yes, the audience have accepted me like their own, and they didn't treat me like not even a neighboring state. They treated me like nama meta
நம்ம பையன் நம்ம பர்சன். It's nice. So இந்த ஒரு question உங்ககிட்ட கேட்டாகணும். When it comes to Vishwanathan and Sons, what is that first idea sir உங்களுக்கு ஸ்பார்க் ஆச்சு to take a film like this? Because நாங்க we have not seen this pattern of film. ஒரு டாப் டயரில் இருக்க ஒரு ஹீரோ வந்து சால்ட் அண்ட் பெப்பரில் ஒரு அப்பாவா, ஓகேவா, அண்ட் ஒரு 40+ வந்துட்டு அவ்வளோ ஈஸியில் இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில் டு ஷோ தேர் ஃபேஸ். ஐ நோ ஆஃப்கோர்ஸ் சூர்யா சார் இஸ் so gracefully என்ன சொல்கிறது done that in this film, but ஒரு ட்ரெய்லர் பார்க்கும்போதே எங்களுக்கு ஒரு மாதிரி ஆச்சரியமாக இருக்குது. how come this is happening and why this sparked you? From where this thought process has come?
See, I think most of the credit has to go to Surya sir, because even maybe for another 10 years he can comfortably play the characters without addressing the age. But this is new age cinema, and he's taken the call, okay, come on, we have to cater to the new age audience as well. And we don't, it's as I said, we don't address the age when we make commercial cinema. We try to a little comfortably avoid that topic. But this cinema and this Vishwanath and Sons, we were actually toying with that idea. You know, we were clearly mentioning the age and the age gap. But when you narrate a story in a convincing way, I think it shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't matter. And I think audience also at this point of time, they're wanting the actors to play their age. If you see, you know, we all are in social media. We see the trolls, we see the feedback, we see everything. So, and Surya sir is one person who actually takes the feedback quickly and acts on it, and he respects the audience, decision also. He's, you know, he never tries to, be in the dark. So that's the reason this story really interested him, and he was more than happy to play a character. And when we were just contemplating on the age gap, he was the person who insisted, okay, this much should be the age gap. So, you know, psychologically it will seem a little big.
So again, I would like to first congratulate you on the 72nd National Award you have.
Thank you.
And on the same note, I would like to ask you, there is always the seasonal actors. In the era, in the actor, there will be this heroine who's going to act in all 2026 sort of films. There will be this hero or this comedian who will do in that particular season or that era. And the Mari, she's doing exponentially great again, Mamita Baiju. Inniki Jananayaganliyo release she has acted. She's again a part of your film also. Is it by choice you asked for her and casted her, or again, was it a directorial, producerial thing?
No, it was not, a choice because of the season. Okay. So we were supposed to cast someone who looked younger, and I've seen Premalu. She did a fantabulous job, and at the same time, see, when we are dealing with a very sensitive subject like this, one thing was very clear: it shouldn't look wrong. It shouldn't look wrong. When you have a playful character next to Surya sir, you know, it suddenly becomes cute. I wanted this to be cute relationship. So Mamita always comes with that cute face, a genuine cuteness, not that Instagram pout.
I get it.
Yeah, so she genuinely comes with that purest heart of cuteness. So when she's next to Surya sir, what I saw when I was doing, I was directing, I was behind the camera, I was watching her perform, there was nothing wrong. Like she's genuinely like admiring him. You know, when we address the same thing as love, maybe there is a little taboo involved, but when we say admiration, there's no taboo. It's just that every girl, how every college girl admires Surya sir. So I wanted to bring in that that emotion, and Mamita just aced that particular emotion really well.
So nice to hear, actually. Again, one more thing around Vishwanathan Sons itself. If you could describe Vishwanathan Sons in just 3 words, what would it be?
A love story of human emotions.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
And எல்லா டைரக்டருக்குமே ஒரு ஆசை இருக்கும், தியேட்டர் விட்டு வெளில போகும்போது இதுதான் அவங்க மைண்டில் ஓடணும், this should be the takeaway of my film அப்படின்ட்டு. So I'm not sure if you resonated with the Lucky Bhaskar takeaways and Vati's takeaways, but what do you feel ஆடியன்ஸ் இதை நினச்சிட்டு தான் வெளில போகணும், இதை பற்றி தான் பேசிட்டு அவங்க வெளில போகணுன்னு for Vishwanathan Sons?
So for Lucky Bhaskar, I told my producer, so in the last, by the end of the last scene, if we have never actually shown the main, antagonist in the film, if you notice. So if the audience, if they think, what happened to the villain, and the madri question, if it doesn't arise, this is going to be it's going to be a bigger blockbuster. And he didn't understand back then. But later when that was the exact reaction of audience, that nobody cared about the antagonist. It was
அங்க
about
வில்லனே இல்ல ஆனா
illa. So we don't show him at all. So that was my thing for Lucky Bhaskar. But with respect to this film, after of course I can't reveal too much, but you can just read into it later after you go watch the film. After the climax, I think everybody will feel this is right. This is right. This is the perfect. If they kind of resonate with the way the film climax ends, I think this is going to be a big one. Like that's the only thing that
a
I
big
hope.
victory for
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
Venky's ideology.
As a film, as a film, it's going to do. The film will live on.
Okay,
I should
அந்த
say.
மாதிரி.
Yeah, அந்த மாதிரி.
We recently heard from RJ Balaji sir. அவர் வந்து இந்த கருப்பு மூவி நரேஷன் வந்துட்டு சூர்யா சாருக்கு பண்ணும்போது he just said that அந்த ரூம்குள்ளே we felt கருப்பு அந்த மாதிரி அவர் சொல்லியிருப்பாரு. அதாவது அது என்னமோ ஆயிருச்சு, அவர் எப்படி இந்த படத்துக்கு ஓகே சொன்னார்னு எனக்கு தெரில. மேபி கருப்பு தான் அந்த ரூமுக்கு வந்துச்சா என்னன்னு தெரில. பிகாஸ் when he was narrating the story, அந்த ஹோல் ரூமில் வந்துட்டு அவர் ஒரு சூர்யா சார் வந்துட்டு ஒரு சாமி படத்துக்கு ஒத்துப்பாரா அப்படின்னு அவர் நினைக்கல. டு திஸ் சார்ட் ஆஃப் அ சாமி படமும் அவர் நினைக்கல. ஏன்னா அவர் அவ்வளோ கேஷுவலாக இறங்கி அவருக்கு ஒரு லவர் பாய் ஃபேஸ் இருக்குது, அவருக்கு ஒரு கமர்ஷியல் ஃபேஸ் இருக்குது, அதுதான் நாங்கள் பார்த்துருக்கோம். ஸோ கருப்பு மாதிரி ஒரு படத்துக்கு அவர் எப்படி ஒத்துக்கிட்டாருன்னே எனக்கு தெரியல. கருப்பனே வந்துட்டு அந்த ரூம்குள்ளே வந்துட்டாரு, அவர் தான் ஒத்துக்க வச்சாரு அந்த படத்துக்கு அப்படின்னு ஆர்ஜி பாலாஜி சார் சொல்லியிருப்பாரு. ஸோ நீங்கள் சொல்லுங்கள், ஹவ் வாஸ் யோர் நரேஷன் விஸ்வநாதன் சன்ஸ்க்கு? எப்படி நீங்கள் ஓகே பண்ணீங்க சூர்யா சார்?
Basically, as I said, Vishwanath Sons, it's a very emotional story. It's a family story. So somewhere he could, when and he was looking for a family story. So he was actually, uh, swinging with the emotions that I was, narrating it to him, and I know he was involved. He was understanding every scene. He was being in the scene. He was, at some point of time, I think, in his head he was playing the scene. So after the narration, I think the narration took about an hour and a half or something, and I left and he texted me, let's do it. So yeah, the only doubt that I had was with respect to the taboo. But like not many stars would be comfortable, but he was like, okay, let me do this challenge. He always does it. See, when he's done Varnamayram, he's done Singham, two drastic films. And he used to do a Hari sir's film, and he used to do one Gautam Menon sir's film, and it was always like that. He used to do Jilendru Oru Kadal, and again Singham. He always used to balance it out. One pakka mass film, and one ultra urban film. So this film, for the first time, I think it's a wholesome film where you have you have one piece to to take to your house, irrespective of what audience what your taste is. You might like a Singham Surya sir, you might like a Varnamayram Surya sir, or a Gajni Surya sir. Every audience will love this film because we're dealing with human emotions.
நைஸ், வெரி வெல் நரேட்டட். எங்களுக்கே ரொம்ப அழகாக நரேட் பண்ணிட்டீங்க சார். இன்னொரு விஷயம் நான் சொல்லணும்னு நினச்சேன். நேத்திக்கு நான் வந்துட்டு when I was opted to interview you, I just thought this. After watching Lucky Bhaskar, நான் வந்து ஸ்டாக்ல இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டேன் சார்.
ஐயோ.
அண்ட் ஐ தாட், வாட் சார்ட் ஆஃப் ஒரு உங்களுக்கு எவ்வளோ பெரிய மூளை இருக்கணும், அதில் அப்படி வந்து விதவிதமான மாடுலேஷன்ஸில் யூ வுட் ஹவ் ஷோன் ஃபார் அஸ் இல்லையா? Tell us how much of experience you have in that, and why that sort of a thought film.
I'll tell you something. I have not invested even a single rupee in stocks till now. Till now, I've never, invested in stocks, or let it be that Bitcoin.
Share
they
market,
say.
Bitcoin.
தெரியாது. When I wanted to do it, I wanted to research. So I didn't know where to go. I didn't know if I have to go to Bombay. I didn't know if I have to catch hold of a person who is connected to those events back then. I was making calls. Everything was kind of a useless effort. I was not going anywhere. That's when my dad. We usually never discuss work. He doesn't know what I'm doing. I barely understand his work. So he was he was watching me make calls and everything, and he asked me, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I want to make a film on this subject." Then he connected me. He simply said, "Why don't you meet this man, my dad's friend, who's really connected to that era, and he's a trade analyst also."
ஸோ நீங்கள் ட்ரேடிங் கற்றுக்கிட்டீங்களா இதுக்காக?
I went to his house. I used to take classes from him. I almost went for a week. I took classes from him and then wrote my first half, narrated to uncle, and he said, "Okay, go ahead." And then my second half, again narrated the story, and he said, "Okay, maybe you have to do these changes." I've done those changes. So I just learned to how I can include shares in my story. But even today, and the film released, done, everything is wiped, clean slate. I don't know what shares are, how shares work, how to buy a share. So nothing. I learned shares of 1992 times. Okay. That's it. I don't know now how shares work, how you buy, how you sell, what is that
Market
tax, how much tax you pay on that gains / blah blah blah. I don't know anything. எதுவுமே தெரியாது.
But you have inspired so many people, sir, including me. Thank you for that.
if you make money, thank you. If you don't, sorry.
சார், இந்த ஒரு விஷயம் விஸ்வநாதன் சன்ஸ் பற்றி முக்கியமாக கேட்கணும்னு நினச்சேன். இட் ஹேஸ் அ வெரி ஸ்ட்ராங் சப்போர்ட் டுவர்ட்ஸ் யோர் ஃபீமேல் பார்ட்னர் மாதிரி இருந்துச்சு இந்த ட்ரெய்லர். நீ தப்பு பண்ணாலும் நான் நிற்பேன்ற மாதிரி அவர் ஒன்று சொல்லியிருப்பாரு. அண்ட் மோர் ஓவர் சூர்யா சாரோட அந்த பிளட் லைன்லேயே அது இருக்குது அப்படின்னு வி ஆல்வேஸ் ஃபீல் வித் த லவ் ஹீ ரெசனேட்ஸ் டு ஜோதிகா மேம் ஆன் ஸ்க்ரீன், ஆஃப் ஸ்க்ரீன். ஹீ இஸ் அ பர்சன் ஹூ செலிப்ரேட் உமன் ஆல்வேஸ், இல்லையா? A lot. And was that very purposeful element of the film, I'm asking?
That initially that wasn't there in my initial script, but the way he was treating women, and the way he was talking to Jo ma'am, or the stories that we hear, how much he respects ma'am, how much sir kind of worships the women in his life, not just Jo ma'am, sir's mom and everything. So that's when maybe women like this kind of a personality. I still remember my producer's wife. She never wants to meet anybody. She wants to keep a little away from films. She has her own set of friends, a very tight group. But I think this was the only one occasion she wanted to come to the set, see Surya sir, because she wanted to go back home and say, "Learn from this." Nagvamsi garu always, he says that, she never came to anybody's set, and the first time she came to this set, and just to say, "Okay, learn from Surya sir."
அதுக்காக வந்திருக்காங்க. நைஸ். இப்போ கொஞ்ச நேரத்துக்கு முன்னாடி நாங்கள் இந்த வெட்டிங் சாங் ஒன்று நீங்கள் ரிலீஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க அப்படின்றத பார்த்தோம். அதில் வந்து சூர்யா சாரே ஃபுல்லாக பாடியிருக்காரு.
ஆமாம்.
நாங்கள் வந்துட்டு எனக்கு ஞாபகம் இருந்து வந்து ஜில்னு ஒரு காதலுக்கு அப்புறம் அவர் வந்துட்டு ஜோதிகா மேமை வந்து கல்யாணம் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறமா இந்த கல்யாணம் மாதிரி பாட்டுக்கள், இந்த கல்யாணம் தொடர்பான பாட்டுக்கள் அதெல்லாம் பெருசாக பண்ணி நாங்கள் பார்த்ததில்ல.
You had a wedding song in retro, right?
Yeah, but no, that wedding didn't happen, and it was just a party song மாதிரி தான் இருந்துச்சு. Okay. So how did you convince him for this?
I wore him out. Like I told him, I requested him, I begged him, I chased him. I didn't leave him. It was like literally he was like he had no other option but I said, "Okay, fine." Yeah, but he was so sweet. He just sung both the versions, Telugu and Tamil, in 1.5 hours each. So yeah, I understand when Suriya sir he had sung in his previous films also for Tamil, but singing in Telugu in just 1.5 hour was something.
And இந்த ஒரு கொஷின் ஐ வாண்ட் டு ஆஸ்க், ஒரு டேரக்டராக தெர் இஸ் நாட் ஆல் ஹிட்ஸ் எல்லாமே ஹிட்டாக போகிறதில்ல, நாட் எவ்ரி திங் இஸ் லைக் மேக்கிங் 100 crores 500 crores எவ்ரி டைம் இல்லையா? ஹஸ் தேர் பீன் ஃபினான்ஷியல் கிரைசிஸ் இன் யோர் லைஃப் ஆல்சோ, ஆர் மேபி நீங்கள் ஆக்டர் டு டைரக்டர் ஸ்விட்ச் பண்ணும்போது காசு இல்லாமல் லிட்ரலாக நான் இருந்திருக்கேன், அப்படி இருக்கா ஏதாவது?
Yeah, there was a time. See, I'll tell you, by the time I was my first film released, I think I was 34 in 2018. So there was a lot of comparison with my fellow, relatives / cousins to friends, who by then were earning a lakh to 2 or 3 per month, and I was not even making 15,000 to 20,000 rupees a month, because I was working with Dilraj Garu, and that was the salary I used to get. And the people, a lot of people used to tell me, why get into this business, or get start working with your father. And that was a crisis time where you have to adjust everything with that 20,000 bucks or something, and also prove and answer all these questions. And on the film hit ஆகும்போது, yeah, okay, I got a good salary, and suddenly usually I'll tell you what happens. You don't see money, and suddenly you see a big 7-digit figures, or near 8-digit figures, and you don't know how what to do, and you kind of make bad investments. Don't respect that money that well, and that's when life teaches you another lesson. You have to respect. Kaasukku respect venum. You have to give. And after it's like the graph just goes like this, and once you go back to down, that's when you know, okay, now that is okay. Life always humbles you, and that's when, yeah, that was the time COVID happened. Nobody's fault. All my finances were evaporated, and as I said, that film also did not do as expected, Rangde. And I don't know where my next rupee is coming from. And that's when you kind of take your step very carefully, and from then onwards you start respecting the money that you earn. Respect the people who are really by your side and helped you earn that place. So yeah, there were times, and there were friends, there were people who were by my side, and we're still traveling together, and one of the person is Mr. Nagavamsi. So yeah,
You respect it a lot.
yeah, I respect the times, I respect the people, and yeah, I want this these friends and this life has to move on in the same way. Touch wood.
That's so respectful of you, sir. I mean, this whole conversation that I've had with you, எனக்கு நிறையாவே நான் கற்றுக்கிட்டேன், and you've shared a lot of insights as a creator, as a director, and one of the upcoming leading successful directors of Tamil industry also you are now, and we are so happy. And as Galatta Tamil viewers, நாங்கள் வந்து we give all our எங்களோட ஆதரவுகள் கண்டிப்பாக உங்களோட இருக்கும், and for the film, and we wanted to really do well for you and for our Surya sir. So thank you so much for this lovely conversation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Max Gold, cash for gold. Call 044-4545-4545.
Holidays nale adu namma GT Holidays da. GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Full Moon Sale காலை 9 மணியிலிருந்து இரவு 12 மணி வரை ஜூலை 29 ஒரு நாள் மட்டும்.